Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Disney Plus Wave 1 Captain America Flight Gear Build-A-Figure Wave. Here we have U.S. Agent John Walker, not Captain America. It is U.S. Agent, and boy do we have things to talk about in this video, because the comment section is just going to completely light up saying, it's not accurate, it looks terrible, it's not accurate. So one, yes, it is not accurate. Two, yes, it does look kind of terrible because it is not accurate. I get it. I get the criticisms. But I am going to talk about why that is. And I'm going to throw something out there to put a little twist on it that maybe you guys will appreciate, maybe you will not. But anyway, let's get to it. Falcon and the Winter Soldier logo there up at the top. We got a blank top over there, no kind of logo for U.S. Agent. Build-A-Figure Captain America Flight Gear. John Walker right there, looking pretty good in the accurate suit design. Here on the back of the package, we have all the figures in the wave. We are on to U.S. Agent there. His bio reads, U.S. Agent, after being stripped of the Captain America title, John F. Walker's spirit is shaken, and he takes on a new mantle, U.S. Agent. Now, in the show, it's not as just cut and dry as how that worked out. I mean, those things did happen, but it's not like him losing the title automatically turned him into U.S. Agent. No, he still tried to go out there essentially as Captain America with the old suit and everything and his, homemade shield. So I mean, he didn't just turn into U.S. Agent like that. I had broken one. There, snap. Couldn't do it just like that. But anyway, let's get this thing out of the package. Then we'll talk about what it was that I was referring to a minute ago. So here we go. Okay, so here is the U.S. Agent figure out of the package. So let's get it out of the way. Let's talk about the big thing, the non-screen accuracy of the torso piece in the suit design. This is what I will say. Yes, it is not correct. The original design has white and red there in the torso. Now, remember what John Walker says when he first puts the suit on and we see it. He says it's the same, but black. So we saw the Walmart exclusive Captain America John Walker figure that is going to be coming out. It is the same exact figure as this, but blue and red. So where there's black, there's blue on that figure. So this figure is literally the same, but black. Now, I know that is obviously not the reasons how that happened, but although I guess it could be, Dwight Saul had even mentioned how they just didn't have the final design in time for production of the figure. Now, it sucks when this kind of thing happens because we want it to be screen accurate, especially for this, my most anticipated figure from the wave. And I'm disappointed. It still looks really good, so I don't want to take away from that. It is a great figure. There's a couple of weird things that I will point out with it, but overall, really good. We should have gotten the helmet without that A star thing there, and the red and white would have been great. We didn't get that. It's unfortunate. It sucks. A little customizing might be able to make it a little bit easier. Not something that I would be able to do, but like looking at the torso piece, the red spots should actually be white, and then the black spots in between the red spots should be red. So it's not something where you just paint in some white there. You would have to paint white over the red and then red over the black portion. So it sucks. But again, it's the same, but in black, right? It's the same as the blue Captain America suit, but in black. So just focus on that, and I think it'll be okay. But let's zoom out and take a closer look at the figure. But before we do that, in terms of accessories, all he comes with is interchangeable hands. So he has additional fists. He has no guns, no weapons, no nothing. He's got a molded gun right there on his right leg. It is not something where it's just glued in. That is straight up sculpt of it, and that thing ain't getting out or going nowhere. So he has no weapons. That is unfortunate. That is probably the biggest thing to complain about. Maybe the second biggest thing. I get it. The white and red, that should be the biggest complaint. But some cool things going on with this figure, so let's take a closer look. Okay, so the close-up look of John Walker. One thing, he does come with the wing piece. I'm going to stick that off to the side there. Let's brighten this up a little bit because the dark colors is just so dark. And even the red that they use there on the torso and actually throughout the figure, it is pretty dark because they're painting the red over the black, so it does make it a little bit tricky. The gloves are super bright red though, as you can see there. So again, should be white in that black section, and then those red sections should be white, and then those black sections should be red. So it's unfortunate there. A little bit of silver there for that A comes off looking really nice. Those straps are actually molded as part of the figure itself, so it's not something that's going to get thrown off centered. We got a little bit of silver paint there, red kind of going throughout the back of the figure and everything, and then kind of on the sides. We do get the muted American flag colors there, so that looks pretty good. I think it's a little bit hard to see, but you can actually make out the stars and stripes on there, and the same goes for both shoulders. We have pinless tech, so no pins on the knees, no pins on the elbows. So there he is. Now, talking about, so look at his torso piece. It's only, you know, so big. His legs are crazy long for the figure, and I think one of the things that really throws it off is this belt piece here is throwing it off and making it look like the torso is a little bit smaller than it is, because it comes to a narrow point and just looks a little weird. I wish it wouldn't have come so narrow there, you know, because with the belt piece, it's a floating piece, so it seems a little bit odd having it in hand. The legs are super bulky, whereas the arms really aren't. And I would think, you know, from what I remember, didn't he have he was pretty thin guy, especially in the final episode. You could really see his proportions. He's a pretty thin guy, so I think if anything the legs went a little too bulky. You know, a happy medium would have been nice in terms of the size of the arms and the torso. So that's just kind of real nitpicky, aside from the obvious design flaws from using promo materials to the final production design. So now let's zoom out for his articulation. Okay, so articulation. John Walker can look down somewhat. He can look up somewhat, so that is good. You get full rotation in there. You got crazy pivot because he kind of goes some crazy at some certain times, and he's tilting his head and things like that, so that works out really good. You can get the arms to go up that high. You get a full rotation, of course, upper bicep swivel. You get a double jointed elbow. Again, that is pinless there, wrist swivel, and they do hinge. We have an ab crunch, so he can crunch forward that much, which isn't a whole lot. He can go back quite a bit, so that's really good. We do have a waist swivel in there. Legs go out that far apart. He can kick forward that much, which is pretty good. We have an upper thigh cut there. We have a double jointed knee, which doesn't give you a huge range, but I think it's a very effective. We have a boot swivel there, and there's actually a little bit of silver at the top of that boot there. Foot hinges all the way down, hinges up, ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet. These are large feet, so it's nice and sturdy to make sure that he stands. It's just a matter of making sure that you hinge it correctly. But there is US Agent. Solid articulation. Again, very happy with the design. If only the red and white could have been correct, really would have set this figure apart. I think it's going to be one of the harder ones to find as well. I think the hardest being, you know, Scarlet Witch, the second hardest being US Agent, and then, or maybe Captain America, then US Agent. I could be completely wrong on that. You guys let me know your thoughts below on which do you think will be the easier to find of the wave, and what do you think will be the harder to find of the wave. So let's see some side-by-sides. You know what, actually, before we do the side-by-sides, I wanted to point this out because I didn't point it out before. Notice under the ear, there's not a whole lot going on there. On this side, I actually there's an extra piece of plastic there, and I'm thinking, well, what the hell? They didn't paint the strap that's going there? That's not part of a strap, and I don't know if it's just an extra layer of plastic that got in there. It's not something that I can cut out or pop out or anything like that. So under the ear, nothing there, but here, big old hunk of plastic that looks just really out of place. It looks like there's something wrong. And again, it's not a big deal from the front. It's just like if you see it and you know, you know. So that kind of sucks. So now the side-by-sides. Okay, so we have John Walker, US Agent, here next to Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. These are the only two figures from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier that I have opened up. Everyone on Instagram was saying, oh, but make sure, take a picture with US Agent with the Captain America shield so we know what he looks like. Well, I don't have that shield out of the package. I'm not going to open up the package just to pull the shield out. When I do the review of Sam Wilson, Captain America, I will show US Agent with that shield. But in the meantime, I will show you him with a shield, just not the Falcon and the Winter Soldier shield. So let's see another side-by-side. US Agent, meet US Agent John Walker. Here we have the comic version on that Bucky Cat body mold. And, you know, decent figure. And I want to say this figure, like, shot up in value and just kind of went crazy. Not a whole lot to it. It's basically like any other Captain America figure, but at least on this one we get black, the red and white stripes on the torso. It's unfortunate this one did not. But what I will show is his shield. Let's put that with U.S. Agent and see how that looks, because actually on the back of this guy we actually do get a peg hole there. Let's see if that works or if it's too large. But bam! U.S. Agent John Walker, he's got a shield, not that makeshift piece of shit one that he made and welded together. But there we have a shield. So that is pretty cool. If we wanted to do something, I am not going to clip this thing onto his arm. You know, I'm looking at this. Is that clip bigger than other ones? Anyway, I'm not going to do it. Now, what I can do is like get him to hold this in his hand, do something like that. So, you know, I can give you guys a little bit of a visual there. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so my final thoughts. If you look past the obvious design flaw of the not having the white stripes and the red stripes being on the wrong side, this is an outstanding figure, and I think depending on who you're asking, could rival the Scarlet Witch figure as far as being the best in the wave. I said this one is. The U.S. Agent one's really, really growing on me. Yes, I've nitpicked and had gripes, but overall still a really, really good figure. I'm excited for the Walmart exclusive Captain America version. Maybe one day we will get an updated version for this to have those white stripes, and will absolutely suck to buy another one again. But maybe in a future project somewhere down the line, whether it's going to be a movie or a different TV show and U.S. Agent pops up, we'll probably get a figure there, and maybe he will have his own shield by then and have additional accessories. Maybe we will see some weapons, some guns, because this damn thing didn't come with anything. But that's my review. You guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of this figure. Can you look past the missing white stripes? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.